What's my hair today? Thought I'd go with my hair a little straight today. Try it out. See how it looks a little straight. Kind of like it, kind of like it. Welcome everybody. Welcome to our daily ascension show, 5D Living. 5D Living. Today we're going to do a guided meditation to heal because I think the whole collective needs a bit of healing. So we'll walk you through a guided meditation. We're going to actually walk you through an infinity healing so that you can practice today. The sooner that you can practice, the better. We're going to talk a little bit more about the things that are coming out in the collective, which are diabolical human testing, experiences that people have thought it in their greater good, and the shadow government's greater good to do such things that have been illegal as fuck, and why I was involved in them at birth. So that the Father knew that when the time was right and my gifts and skills were all turned on and ready to go, that I would be able to not only have the capacity to teach about, how your gifts and skills and talents are moving forward through the DNA, and how it's so important that humanity focuses nothing more right now than on moving forward with evolved DNA. And how do we become evolved? It is through divine light practices, and your DNA is everything. So if we have such a low vibrational consciousness on the planet, where we can talk about another planet, because there's the triad of universes that I've been dealing with, and I went from one planet to another planet in a different universe, slightly different threading of dimension, like this, crisscrossing like this. They kind of sit like this. So there's one planet here and one planet here, and they're very, very similar. The one that I'm in right now is like a stagnant Bible camp. That's how it feels. And the talking of God is not the knowing and essence and feeling of God. And you can tell the difference. At least in the other one, there was the essence of God and the feeling of God, because it was a lot of elemental earth energy. And the elemental and earth is the consciousness of Christ consciousness. This is the disconnection from all. There's a disconnection from earth consciousness, God, elemental consciousness. There's a disconnection from God consciousness. There's a disconnect. And therefore, that's then when people talk about God, and you can see it on the YouTube videos. The YouTube videos where there's archangel videos and God videos, there's not the same essence as there was in the last timeline I was on. So it's a lot more disconnected in this timeline, and you can see by the play out on the collective. And so it is mirrored in that Mars, it's another planet in the galaxy that I went and did some work with, a future Mars planet where beings had taken life there because they wanted to create, a life there on Mars. Tried to establish life there again, but there was no connection to the essence of Source. There was no connection in that essence of love. There was that God spark that was missing. And of course, you can have all the resources and money that you think, it's not going to do anything if you don't have the connection of the light wisdoms, intelligences, and what we teach. You have to have that connection. There's no two ways about it. And so in all of the multiversal experiences that I've been on as a, what would you call me, Commander Ashtar? What's the proper name of what you would call me within the star councils of the roles that I play? So they're saying that I'm a reestablishment ambassador. So I go in to reestablish systems that are appropriate for the heavenly growth and the heavenly alignment to new life when things have gone wrong and awry because of, altered beliefs and low vibrational beliefs and box door beliefs and all of these things that are disconnected again from who we truly are because of people's private agendas and people's private programs. And they wanted to run private programs so that they could have ownership and control of private programs. And we see the damages that are done. And so the programs that I was involved with, and I'm going to talk about it shortly, and I'm going to give judgment on it, and I'm going to say what's coming forward on it, as I've said before, but I've still received no money and I've received no accountability for those that were involved in the testing and the experimenting. There have been human experimental programs to do with the shadow governments. They've all known that they've been involved in it. And I also want to say one thing. I'm going to back up. I'm going to say this one thing on the press releases this morning on the war back in the Middle East. In hearing the press releases, I'm just beside myself on the low vibrational mentality. I'm beside myself. And so obviously the people and the experiences that are going on planet Earth are, again, low consciousness. If we're not going to focus on evolving the DNA, you're going to be having people that say we've demolished them, we're going in and we're just demolishing and demolishing. I mean, as you can tell, it's winner take all, we're not going to leave anything left. It's a complete takeover. It's a genocide. That's the exact energy I got from that statement from the Associated Press, from the military, whatever his name is, with all of his badges, coming forward and pretending that he's an old big ego guy, ego dude, and how he talks was complete genocide. And so I'm not comfortable with any of these people's energies. I'm not comfortable with wherever they're sitting in their whole, we've got things going on and we know what we're doing. I think it's disgusting. I think there's no evolution whatsoever. There's no talk of higher light alignment. There's no talk of higher intelligence on how we can come at this from another angle. It's just we're going to go and demolish, and we're so proud of ourselves for this Islamic takeover and da-di-da-di-da. And so all that's going to do is just create more tension and more feelings of you've just destroyed us. Total destruction is never going to be the answer. It's never going to be the answer. It never will, and it never will be the answer. There's always going to be life that will say this is how our lineage and our beliefs got derailed. How about we come with higher vibrational teachings and understandings so that we can come to the table for higher vibrational outpour and resolve. And there's not that. It's just the lowest vibrational divine masculine barbarianism. The planetary leaders need divine light wisdoms, intelligence, teachings, and they need to start consciousness. They need to start light intelligence. They need to start waking up. They need to start their enlightenment process. If you go and listen to if you just go and listen to the Associated Press messages this morning from the military people, and these are the programs in the shadow government that they have chosen not to show humanity of some of the programs that some private affiliates and some elite people are involved in, and they're shadow projects. They're running things from their own agendas. They're running things without permissions from the people that they are targeting. They are running things without permissions from the peoples of the monies that they are withholding because they want these people entrapped and suppressed. And they're not telling the people that they have in the covens that they are directing the harmful use and the minions. They're using them as minions. I mean, it's blatant. I've shown it. I've told you exactly what's going on with these agendas. And none of these people have come forward to claim accountability because they're trying to kill everybody off so that nobody talks and destroy the evidence. And so I say, how okay is genocide? You or your children and everybody involved and all of your species will never come in and incarnate again. You have closed off all evolution for your species. There is no legacy there. You have no legacy. You've closed the legacy of all of your future generations. And all of your species on the other side are saying this is just the most ignorant thing that's ever occurred. It's ignorance. Violence is ignorance. The programs that are going on with genetics and these neural experiences, whatever the programs are going on, you need to have people that are aligned with the heavens. You need to have people that are aligned, like myself, with the heaven and Heavenly Father's programs. You need to say, this is what we're kind of doing. What do you think? And if it's not natural order, and if you're not allowing natural order and God to align God's plan for God's divine plan, and you're going in and you're forcing things on genetics, you're forcing things because you want to see what happens with a higher vibrational ultra-human this and ultra-human that, and then you go on and test them their whole life and you see how much stress they can be put under and how much abuse they can be put under and how much this and how much that. I think it's absolutely, there's nothing more diabolically disgusting. And then to have them talk like that and get up in front of people. No, we've done private programs. They've been horrible shadow agendas that have absolutely zero human rights and zero constitutional rights. They're not being followed by any laws whatsoever. It's human targeting and human hunting. And then to see how they evolve out of it, and then to see which one of the species is behaving the best, which one is getting out fast enough, where's the intelligence there, and then you're going to take that one special burn and you want control over them to then program them a little bit more. They want to weaponize the most intelligent beings. That's what it is. They want to control who's doing the best and who's doing what and how they can manipulate and manage this. No, you're not going to force consciousness to be in a certain way, people. You can't force great consciousness by infusing diabolical programs that are absolutely against natural order and natural flow. Source knows what the hell Source is doing. Duh. There's like infinite species within the multiverse, and you don't think Source knows what Source is doing. The problem is that man is so egotistical and arrogant that man thinks man is above God. That's not innovativeness on any level. That's arrogance. And arrogance is not bliss. It's simply arrogance. You put your program on the table and you walk me through it, and I'll tell you 100 things that's wrong with it, and I'm telling you you're wasting your money. And if you've used the people's money for this, I'm saying that people have wasted their money when they should be healing. The people should be taught what I'm teaching because it's going to align them with Source Creator. You don't need any of these programs. What is the purpose? What is the intention of this program? I want to know what the intention is of these human agendas. What is the program? What is your intention? You want to create a higher evolved human race. The highest way that you can evolve a human race is what I'm teaching, is the connection with the higher self. You're not forcing consciousness, people. What you're doing is showing exactly how low consciousness you are by doing such a thing. How is creating a higher consciousness by illegally abusing all laws and abusing the people? How is that higher consciousness? Again, what you do and how you do it will determine where you end up. You're going to end up in hell. You're going to end up on Epstein Earth because it's abuse of human rights. It is crimes against humanity. Point fucking blank. And how is that going to get you a higher evolved race? Military, the political leaders, and the country leaders, and the world leaders. These are diabolical. These are crimes against humanity. It's genocide, and you all know it. The things that are going on in the collective right now, and I'm calling it, and I keep calling it, and when are you going to wake up? These are crimes against humanity. I was one of a victim used, and I'm coming out and I'm calling it. You cannot use innocent beings, and you cannot use them and follow them around and keep stalking them like little hunger programs and the little mouse that just never ever the mouse never ever gets to live her full life because she's constantly smacked around and whapped around. She's half dead in she's circled by a whole bunch of little mice and rats that just want to eat the crap out of her and throw her around. That's exactly what my life has been like. And I'm coming forward and I'm saying what's going on and I'm saying how it is. So then what? So you've got a big mess that you poured a lot of money into, and now you're having to face your deeds because what you're doing is illegal. And you will never, ever have an evolved race through that kind of mentality. I'm telling you right now, the highest way for the highest level of intelligence is your connection with God. Your connection with God is through your higher self. Your higher self has access to all dimensions in all of the universe. You cannot code it. You can't code it. You can't take it from somebody's DNA and place it in a little drone and place it into some bimbo and think you're going to have this elite thing. You're not. You're not. It's only through your higher self that you have your highest level of intelligence. And then I'm going to say something else, and we're going to put it on a piece of paper. Put it on a piece of paper because every human has DNA. Not all DNA are the same. Not all consciousness is the same, obviously, as we figured that out. You cannot force consciousness, and it's earned. You have somebody like me, that I've been here, and my consciousness is a totality of over 900 timelines, just close to 1,000 timelines that I am integrated. I'm a soul-infused being. My soul-infused experience is close to 1,000 timelines. You do something of these agendas, but these people don't know this. They're wasting money, they're wasting time, and they're creating diabolical experiences for all of humanity. Because it's their ego. It's nothing but their ego. They're not informed and they don't know. They're not seeking out outside. They're not seeking to know. They didn't ask any questions to people like me that are involved or any of the channelers on the planet. They just went ahead with their money and they're going ahead with their agendas and they don't care how legal or how not it is. Or how inhumane or how inhumane it's not. It's not humane on any level. I'm telling you that right now. So you take me with 1,000 timelines, my DNA, my consciousness, my earned intelligence, my earned DNA that gets turned on only by God. God turns my DNA on with my higher self and my guides, and everything is minutiaed and everything is updated and everything is enhanced, and my teams do exactly what they do based on how much light, how much I'm integrating, how much I'm learning, how much I'm harmonizing with God, how much I'm harmonizing with the planet, how much I'm harmonizing with the grids. I'm the one doing the work. It's me. I'm doing the work. You can't fake it. You can't put it in with a little syringe. You can't put it in with some DNA splicing. You can't do it. You've been doing it since the 50s and you've been doing it wrong. So then you put somebody else along me, a little drone, a little bimbo, somebody that doesn't look like me at all, somebody that's like a little package that the men want. Let's see, she's probably 5'7", 130 pounds. She's blonde and blue eyes and big boobs. This is what they want. So then they put my DNA in her, and they try and make a super weaponized, ultra-human, because I'm the one that seems to be transcending all of their elite programs of abuse. All of their little tests they send me, I'm transcending all of it. So they think that they're going to put my DNA in a bimbo like that, and they're going to put that bimbo out on the street and do that bimbo, whatever that bimbo is going to do, and they're going to test her for a little while to see how much she's going to do, what she's going to get away with, all of these things from their Project Stargate and their Project MK Ultra and their Project Mind Bending, and they're going to see how much that they can allow this person to do and what she's going to do and how far she's going to go. By the various acts that they do. This is why people are so obsessed with my energy. Because they're being entrained and they're being droned and they're being forced to do as the people are programming them. So they take this person who doesn't have any part of the DNA. They've maybe got 300 lifetimes in very low vibrational realities against somebody that's got 1,000 lifetimes that's soul infused, that does the work the right way. I integrate my soul fragments, but they don't want to go the right way. They want to go their way, and they want to make ultra human. They want to start playing with life. They want to start playing with God's design. So they think they want to play God. God showed me 2 years ago that there was people, they had these scientists and they had these labs where they were trying to do all of these different things, and they were obsessed with how I knew what I knew and how I did what I did. They're obsessed with it. And they were trying to do whatever they could with it. They were planning to do what they've done with other clones. And you'll see it in the collective that's been talked about for so long now, where they take the soul and they suck the soul. It's called elite soul harvesting, and it's used in these higher shadow government programs, some of them, and it's also used in the industry. You'll see these videos everywhere. Go watch the videos. So they take the spirit and the soul out because they have gifts, they have great talent. They usually target the ones that have a lot of talent. The ones that have talent, they suck their soul out, they suck their spirit out, and then they walk around as a clone, as a drone. They're basically empty souls, and they're programmable. That was the intention with me. There is somewhere out there a lookalike like me, but of course they're not, because they don't have any of my tattoos or my celestial markings. Every time I go through an upgrade, my celestials mark me. It's a joke. It's diabolical. These people are sick as fuck. It's diabolical. They know they've made mistakes. That's what they said. These aren't mistakes. These are crimes against humanity. It's complete arrogance. This is exactly what the Epstein thing, as soon as Epstein thing gets pulled, there's going to be other things that were connected with Epstein. And it's like, how arrogant can humanity be by how far they can just pull things and test things? To see how, to think they play God, to think that they have the elegance to design DNA like God. It's diabolical. And I'm teaching her, here's how you get godly. Here's how you get the highest intelligence. It's not about a brain chip. It's getting your alignment with your higher self, period. Your alignment with your higher self, period. Your alignment with your higher self, period. No brain chip will be smarter than that. I guarantee, it's ridiculous. What would you like me to say about the spirit? What would you like to say? This has been 50 years of my life. 50 years of my life is saying, this is how it's done. This is how it's done. Oh, no. We want to do it this way. We're smart. It's their immaturity. It's just immature. They haven't been around enough, but they've got money and resources, and they've got a little bit of intelligence, and they just want to play with life. And so many humans were affected. And I see it from the bigger point of view. I see it from the collective point of view. I mean, I'm from the homeless point of view. They've enforced me to be homeless. They've enforced it. These are their systematic abuse programs. These are their diabolical financial system abuse programs, because if I had money, then I'd be getting my own lawyers and I'd be investigating inside and out what's happened, and I would be coming together with lawsuits on everybody that I've talked about. YouTube that's been suppressing the people doing it, the people doing the stalking, the people signing on 34 and 40 at a time. I mean, I show it blatantly what's going on, and the Interpol can put it on their big whiteboard and they can draw their little lines and they can see how everything is connected. At some point, humanity has to say, if you ever want out of Epstein Earth, which is where you're all going, with the transactions that you're doing, how you do, what you do, and why you do it is going to be where you end up. That's your vibration. Your vibration is, I'm going to play God, and I'm better than God on everything. And why all of you are going through karma. All of you are going through the karma you deserve. All of you. The people running these human, whatever they're called, these aren't human programs. These are arrogant. These are my arrogant programs to see how far I can go. It's an I program. It's not a we or an us or a unity. It's not at all. Because if you wanted higher intelligence advice, you would have asked those of us that are involved in speaking with celestials every day, and those of us that are involved with Source Creator. Because some of the videos, and it's proven, obviously because we're just putting so much evidence in front of you, all of the videos that say they're God and Archangel videos, they're not God aligned. I was having a conversation with Source last night, and I was saying to God, I said, okay, God, I want you and me to have a conversation, and these videos that are being put up that say God, that say Archangel Michael, and God wants you to do this, God is so upset if you don't sign on in the next 5 minutes. If you don't open this in the next 2 minutes, God's going to be so angry at you. These are some of the titles of the videos. But this is it's like a Bible camp. It's like a Bible camp that's going through, Bible camp that's losing its energy, and it's starting to get aggression, it's starting to get angry now because they don't have any energy to feed from. And I'm saying, if you do it the right way, you can have your own energy because all you need is you. But instead, they're just putting out diabolical things to get feeding more energy because their programs are starting to go to the wayside. Their programs are starting to fall. Why? Because you're not doing it ethically. We're in 5-dimensional energy. We're in 5-dimensional omnipresent. You're not. I'm going to keep speaking. Because my truth is needed on this planet that's going corrupt, and you're going to be all gone in 5 years because you're Epstein energies. You think that you have higher intelligence over God. You absolutely don't, and this is why. Look, you're all going through karma. Your karma is all showing you. You better pivot and move forward. Pivot and alter course and pivot. This is your alter course and pivot. Alter course and pivot. You're all going through karma for your own reasons because you thought you were more smarter than God on the divine design of humanity, of how humanity really goes, how humanity ascends, how humanity becomes higher evolved, how humanity gets its gifts, its skills, its talents through the divine holy light that is beautiful energy, is beautiful talent, is beautiful wisdom, is beautiful intelligence, because you're connected with the grid, you're connected with God, the omnipresence God, the essence of God, the essence of God. Sishana the Sophia. Sophia is the energy, it's the essence of spirit. Spirit is the only quickener. Spirit is the only quickener. And don't you say that in your Bible verses? The people that are putting these fake God videos on that say they're all godly and they have a few Bible verses, these are the same ones that are involved in the programs of these ultra-human, these programs that are just selfish programs of messing with people's DNA. That's all it is. Shadow government, NSA is involved, FBI, CIA, and there's people on the list. I was one of the ones on the list, and that's why they targeted me so much. That's why I still have stalkers everywhere. They have access to everything. So I say, so you've got the Bible verses, so you're pretending to be godly, and isn't it that spirit is the only quickener? So how does that make sense compared to all that you're doing? There's no spirit in anything that you're doing. There's no spirit, there's no alignment. You have no alignment with source. Your higher self and source would have never, ever, ever in a billion effing evers, never, ever, 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 ever asked you to go on a program like that, ever. Because it's not aligned. To be the highest intelligence, you need to do and practice what I offer. I can go around in circles and you're going to bring up everything that's corrupt on the planet, and this is what God does. I'm going to sit here and everything that's corrupt on the planet, we're going to put it on the table, and every day I'm going to come to you, and this is why it's not working, and this is why it's not working, and this is why it's not working, and this is why it's not working. I'm sorry, Spirit, but you're going to have to, please, Spirit, I'm praying to you, please have somebody come in and take my place. I'm begging of you. Is there any other light worker out there that you can have a conduit and you can have them come and replace me? This has been 50 years. I've been asking for my money. I've been asking for my rights. I've been asking for what's rightfully mine. And all I get is just every day more things for me to put on the table and say, this is where humanity's at. This is where humanity's at. These are the new diabolical things humanity is doing. These are the new diabolical things your leaders are doing. These are the diabolical things. Here's the links. And we go around and around and around and around in circles. Spirit says we are making progress. I'm being facetious and I'm at my ends rope, and Spirit is saying, come on, pick it up, pick it up. I'm at my ends rope. This is being truthful and honest 100. I'm always transparent with all of you. I never lie to you when I come on here. I never lie to you. And if I've had enough, I've had enough. The people that are running the world, the people that are running humanity's monies, the people that are doing what they're doing, the agendas that they have done, and they're going to stop today. Father, Mother, and the Holy Creator, and the Divine Ashtar Command, and the Sisters and Brotherhoods of Light, and the Galactic Federations and the Systems of Light. I'd like you to speak through me right now so that we can bring a judgment statement against all of these illegal, suppressive, human harvesting, human trafficking, human hunting, human aggression plans, human agendas, human experimental agendas, human cloning agendas, any of the programs going on in Russia, North America, all over the world, where you think that you can make your weaponized beings and your weaponized baby that they can be ultra, when all you have to do is let God do God and allow your information and allow your harmonization and your ascension and your self-actualization. You're going to be higher intelligence if you self-actualize. You're going to be higher intelligence if you do your healing. You cannot take on your other soul fragments and gain the information and gain the wisdom of what your soul naturally carries, what your gifts and skills, your talents are, up to the 13th dimension. You can never fake it and force it, people. You can't. Why? Because it's the soul. Your psyche is the soul. And as you integrate the soul fragments, you become more soul infused. You can't force it. You cannot force this, people. Doesn't matter how many Russian baby making factories you have, you cannot force it. Because your evolution will only cap its way off. Why? Because you're forcing something that God does. You're not God. I am a soul infused of 1,000 timelines. How are you going to force that in the DNA of anybody? You're playing with hell. You're not God. You're not getting it. The soul is dynamic. The soul is connected. The psyche fragments are connected in the soul. When you heal the soul fragments, you get that information and wisdom. You activate your DNA. You activate the light all the way to the heavens to the 13th dimension, and then some, depending on who you are and how you get connected. There's no brain chip AI. There's no nothing on this planet. You cannot make anything that is godly. My God, people, get back to God. And your Bible verses aren't taking you there. This planet is nothing but a Bible camp that is just absolutely disconnected from its essence of who it is. And it has no connection with love at its heart. And it's showing you. These men on the planet are doing whatever they want. These men have no connection and they're being misdirected and misguided. You can see it everywhere. I'm the divine feminine of the planet, and I'm saying, you boys sit down. You boys sit down before you cause any more damage. Because humans have a human right, humans have universal rights, and there are universal laws called the right use of free will and non-interference, and every one of your human programs through the NSA and through the military, through MK Ultra, Project Stargate, and every other program like the such. And it doesn't matter what you call it, and it doesn't matter what it's called, and it doesn't matter who it's for. It doesn't matter what letters are behind it. It is illegal as fuck, and you all know it, and I'm calling you all out, and I'm calling judgment today. Judgment today, judgment today, judgment today. And it doesn't matter, because the other end of it, you're saying, let's just take her out because she's bad for business. And if you take me out, you're still going to Epstein and you're still out in 5. Then what? So how intelligent is your program? It ain't. All of you are getting karma day by day by day by day by day because you ain't God. So how about we do it the right way? How about you get back to light? How about you get back to who you are? How about you get back to love? How about you get back to healing? How about you get back to compassion? How about you get to feeling? You got to feel your way back to God. You got to feel your way back to God. You got to feel your way back to God. Because right now this disconnection is doing nothing but corruption, disgusting ass programs, that agendas that are, you put them on the table and it's like, are you kidding me? Like where in any universe that would ever say this is okay to infuse and incite and enforce danger into communities where you're ripping apart people's families? I want anybody to come to me and say, where did you think any of this would be okay? Where did you think any of this would be okay? And you destroy innocent people's lives that will never, ever be the same. And you will go through karma and you will be absolutely 100% accountable because you can evade and you can omit and you can withhold and you can leave out information all you want. Your soul is going to carry what your soul is going to carry, and you have absolutely dumped this on your children. This ain't no legacy at all. So now what? Would you like to hear what they just said, humanity? Would you like to hear what they just said? Father, should I say what they just said? They want me to come and fix it. Put your bombs away and stop your programs. Stop hurting humans. Stop with your daily agendas on what you think you can do when you have not even counseled with God, with your higher self, with your spirit guides. You have not counseled Gaia. You have not counseled with spirit. You have not counseled anything of higher consciousness within yourself because you're disconnected. All you care about is your ego. And your ego ain't going to get you anywhere but in demise. That's the problem and danger with disconnection. Okay, so let's take a deep breath. We're going to do some healing. Draw the infinity on a piece of paper in front of you. Negative on one side, positive on the other, and a diamond in the very middle, known as the Vesica Pisces. We're transmuting everything right now. Everything has been placed on the table, and we're going to do alchemy because we are. And the Source Creator gives us that design. Source Creator gives us that beautiful power and presence of love and light within our divine sacred hearts. We are the mechanism of God and the spark of God. All that is within is all we need. We are the spark of God, and the God of all that is within is all we need. The Sophia is the spirit. The Sophia is all that is. The spirit is the only quickener. There's nothing that you can make in a box. There's nothing that you can make from a chip. There's nothing you can make anywhere. There's nothing. There will never be anything that will be of higher intelligence than your higher self. Yes, you're going to come up with absolutely wonderful, innovative technology that can assist you as a tool to see and explore and expand and navigate and heal. These are what your technologies are for, people. This is what it's for. This is what technology is for, to simply use as tools. Allow God to stay God and remain God, or you're going to have a planet that's coming to us the similar as the one outside of Mars, in the Mars energies coming to us and saying, we are going downwards. How do we get life back? How far do you really want to go, humanity? Do you want to go to the place where your oceans are dried up, there is no water, the garbage is taking over because arrogance has got you this way? Because you have military men that are going on TV and sounding like they sounded this morning. Like they were just coming off of a WWF fighting tour. Total demolishing. And that's what you say about sacred life. These people should not be in power. All of you should be suspended. Commander Ashtar, what do you have to say? We are sad to see that humans on the planet that have absolutely asked themselves and looked at themselves in the mirror that they are high-ranking, that their answers to anything and any problems on your planet is to demolish and take things out. And we find this, again, as low consciousness. They're going to have to look at themselves and have themselves be accountable and responsible for the loss of life. There is no actions that are being seen in these agendas in the Middle East that have peace on it. Again, how you do what you do and why you do what you do will determine where you end up. And what are they doing? Their intention is demolishing. There's no such thing as peace in whatever they are doing. There's no vibration of peace. Obviously, look at what their statements are. Your people are showing you. Your leaders are showing you, people. Your leaders are showing you And the federations and the systems of light bring people like myself here. Decade after decade, we are dropped in your laps. And decade after decade, we are abused and we barely make it out. So are we going to pull humanity out of this or what? I mean, I'm on the side of the street. And the billionaire bimbos are sitting there saying, what agenda can we do next? Who are we going to pull apart next? Let's see how much suffering we can put them in next. I really want to jack off to some more suffering. And that's why I'm exhausted. I'm beside myself. I don't have any words because this is the energy I have to transmute. I'm dropped in this, and God says, go fix it. And anybody thinking they can be me, and anybody thinking they want to be me, you couldn't handle an hour of what I see and what I feel. So much misogyny. It's choking, it's suffocating. There's no divine feminine anywhere. This is the problem. This is the problem, and this is what you see. And there is the imbalance across all the worlds. And now you can see what happens when there's no divine feminine. What happens when there's so much imbalance? What happens when there's so much misogyny? What happens when there's no healing? What happens when there's no truth? Who are you, what you exist in, what's going on within you? What happens when church and state have taken over and everybody's corrupt and touching on children and selling them and trafficking them and making high-functioning, high-capacity beings to weaponize cults and covens that take out the only starseed that's here to help save you? It's diabolical. I don't even have words. Surrender these energies to Source Creator. Take a deep breath, please. Full body breath is all that it takes to align yourself back to center and back to 0 point. Take a full body breath with intention to connect with Source. I call in the divine holy light. Please bathe me with the Christed light. Holy Spirit. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Please bathe me with all that I am as the divine God spark. I'm disappointed with, again, the divine masculines on the planet. I'm disappointed with the governments and the people that have led this planet that think they have higher answers when they haven't asked anybody that is connected with God. They haven't gone to look elsewhere on other aspects of what might be out there for peace, for our people. They haven't bothered to ask. They're just going in and demolishing. Hear their statements. That's the words they used. Therefore, thus then, those that will continue their way to Epstein Earth, good luck, and I pray for all of you. You're going to be in the lower mud realms where you're not going to incarnate into bodies again because you cannot have a body without any light in it, and you've all been told. So if you want to continue on your way to Epstein Earth, good for you. Good luck for all of you. Good luck for all of your private agendas and your debauchery with your cloning bimbos to do whatever you want them to do for you and of you. You know, if you want them to have sex orgies with you and to give you blowjobs and whatever it is you want these things to do to you and for you and of you, and weaponize cults and covens to do your little minion block work. I mean, we can go on and on and on. I'm only one divine feminine. I'm only one healer, and we need a whole city of divine feminine healers and light workers and people that are seers to heal the children coming up from trafficking that have been enforced, that have been manipulated by covert warlocks and masons and 33rd degrees thises and thatses and back forest voodooists and back forest Nigerian, African voodooists and black magicists. And you're going to see all the backfire from all their decades of black magic done on people like me, because I'm one of the ones that are in these programs being tested every fucking day. And if I'm not taken out, and if I'm not admitting stress, and if I'm not admitting this, and I'm still coming forward with answers, and I'm still not falling, and I'm still not breaking, I'm still not dying, and I'm still not breaking my leg, and I'm still not this and this, and all the stuff they're impaling at me. And if I wake up every day and I come forward and I say, here it is, here's your programs, here's what's going on, what do we do to fix it? 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 And then they're saying, well, maybe we should try something different here, because it doesn't matter what we throw at her, we're not taking her out, the voodoo is not working, the death magic's not working, and all your voodooists and all your death magic people are going down, they're going down, they're going down. Everybody's getting karma. And then what? You're still the same place you were 5 years ago. You're still the same place you were 3 years ago. You're still the same place you were yesterday. And then what? And then what? You're all getting karma. And then what? God has already told you, touch not thine anointed. I told you I was the Ark of the Covenant. I told you nobody can have my work and talk about it and think that they're me. You can't put me in somebody else. You can't and you won't. I'm 1,000 timelines deep, and I can move anywhere I want in the galaxy based on where God needs me, God wants me. And this is what the federations do. They move me wherever I'm needed. There's a part of my consciousness still helping the Mars people. This is how I split my consciousness. This is how come I have the visions. Why? I'm a fully integrated soul. I teach you this. No brain chip is going to teach you this. A brain chip cannot be multidimensional. I'm going to keep talking. So you keep throwing magic at me, and then what? You go to Epstein Earth, and then what? More black karma, you stay in the mud realm, and then what? You've damaged your whole lineage, you've damaged your species, you're not going to come back in a body, and then what? You throwing magic at me is not going to stop where you're going to be. Your choices are your choices, that's where you're going to be. So you can throw all the magic at me all you want. It's not going to change where you're going to be, because they're your choices. It's your wounding. Throw all the magic at me all you want. It matters nothing. I'm still going to be ascended, you're still going to be descended. Because you're not getting it. Universal law number 1 that none of you are getting. Right use of free will and non-interference. You have all interfered with me since the day I was born. It's done. 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 And all of you are getting karma. You never had the right. And you were told 6 years ago, stop. And God has his hands on all of you. The ones throwing the magic, the ones in the chat line, the ones in hair, the one rerouting mail, the ones pocket watching my sisters, everybody, you're getting karma. You're little tiny children on tantrums because you're not healed, and all you care about is other people's money and parasiting your way to eat it and eat it and eat it. Because that's what you've been programmed to do. And who's programmed them? These are the ones from MK Ultra. Who's programmed them to be these minions of darkness and take out everybody's inheritances and swarm whoever they're being told to swarm? Who? These are global organized hate groups. These are global organized hate crimes. These are global organized systematic abuse. Not all are run by the shadow government. Some of them are. The one from Calgary that attacked me and are attacking me still today, these are the ones that are run by the higher shadow government because I'm calling out their truth of their debaucherous, inhumane crimes against humanity. And they still haven't paid me my inheritance, and they still haven't given me my birth records, and their karma is still going to keep coming 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, and so is their agendas. And their agendas will show them for who they are. They will not walk away from their karma. They will not walk away from the deeds they've done to humanity. Everybody will see what type of leaders these people are. Because that's what you all need. You all need for these people to be seen for exactly who they are. Disconnected, debaucherous, disconnected, dark people. Very dark masochism, sadism, misogyny. Where is the discussion of peace and unity and goodwill? It's not being had. They're throwing magic at me every day I come forward because I'm showing you what's going on and I'm the one teaching it. If you do not bring truth, and if you do not move through it to heal it, then there is no evolution. You will not move forward. You're going backwards, down and descending and descending and descending. And you're taking your children with you because that was your choice. What you do and how you do is exactly you and everything that belongs to you. You are the portal for your children. Duh. If you do not change and you do not evolve, that is going on your children. Duh. So what are you showing your children? Demolishing. Weaponizing, running, controlling, dominating. Okay, so I'm running things a different way. Everybody breathe in. We're doing this of light wisdom's intelligences. LWI, 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 which includes the 3 E's for the 4th E evolution, the 3 A's for alchemy, 4th A is alchemy. That's how we do it. That's what we do. We want to be soul infused because we love our soul. Our soul has been everywhere. Our soul has all the information from everywhere. Our soul has had all the experiences it needs. We're going to heal the fragments of our soul. We're going to heal the experiences of our soul. We're going to look at our divine feminine. We're going to look at our divine masculine, and we're going to harmonize as one. Because this is how you do it. Because this is how you do it. Because this is how you do it. That's why I rise. That's why I rise. And God will lift me. God will lift me. And all of you will keep getting karma until you get it, until you wake up. But that's your ride, that's your ride. I will always be me. I wouldn't want to be what's happening out there. I survived barely. And God is going to keep dropping me in the middle of wherever it needs to be dropped so that everybody can see there is another way. What you're doing is wrong. And how much are you going to keep going down that wrong path before there's no way back? Because that's where you're going right now. And I'm talking to the ones of the 300. I'm talking to the ones that keep doing what they do. I'm talking about the ones that keep weaponizing humanity. I'm talking about the ones that keep doing RICO and trafficking. I'm talking about the corrupt government. I'm talking about those that watch corruption, watch bad things happen, and don't do anything about it. I'm saying you're going down a road and there's going to be no way back. And this, you're being told, these are the truths of your soul's progression. So you must know this as you keep waking up every day. You must know this. The rules and the laws of your soul's progression are, if you do not take your choice and opportunity to move forward with evolutionary light, nobody will force you, nobody will make you. God will not go against the first universal law, right use of free will and non-interference. God will not interfere with you. God won't. Unless it's like me, where they're being enforcibly attacking me every day because they want the one that's going to help all of humanity, the ones that do have a universal choice, the ones that do have a universal birthright, that do want to ascend. I'm here for their voices. And therefore, thus then, God won't allow anybody to touch me because I'm here to say there's 8 billion people here that have a universal choice. What do they want? And God is showing me and God is telling me and the collective hearts are telling me because I'm connected with them. They're saying that they want me to stay and they want me to fix things. They want me to show you how. That's the collective voice. Therefore, thus then, I stay. And please excuse my frustration. I'm doing the best I can. And every day I wake up, I'm told how deep these debaucherous stories are, and I have to alchemize it and bring you a truth that can be alchemized and can be worked through, and I'm your leader to walk through it. And some days I've just had enough of the misogyny. As I'm living on the street and every day it's cold and wet, I have to survive in these conditions while bringing forward the most positive, here we go, let's do this, while I'm living in absolutely nothing and squalor, while these millionaires and bajillionaires are doing what they do to destroy life. But they all think they know what's going on. That's how stuck in their ego and wounding they are. And some of them will kick and fight until there's nothing left to kick and fight for. And just because they know a Bible verse, they'll say they know it all. So let them know it all and let them move on to Epstein Earth. Because that's where they want to be. Their choice is their choice. Their actions are showing their vibration. As we've always said, your actions will determine your vibration. Because if you wanted to do better, you would have. But you didn't. Because if you wanted to do better, you would have got me a hotel and you would have got me out of danger and you would have had the money in my account. But you didn't. You're still running your program, your way, your control, your domination. You're going to have your leg up and you're going to present me with something when you're ready. And I'm going to say to you, the first question I'm going to ask, and what about the last 6 years while I was homeless? Where were you then? Where's that first sentence on your contract? Sorry about the last 6 years you were homeless. Here's some money that we're going to pay for it. Here's the suffering money. Here's this. So you better have that in the first sentence. Because if you come thinking you're going to put a contract in front of me and you don't think I'm going to ask about the last 6 years and where you were the last 6 years because you said you cared, absolutely corrupt. We didn't care. We didn't see you there. We knew you were there. And here's some money to help compensate. That's the sentence I want to see on that contract. And it better be the first fucking sentence. And guess where that money's going to go? Very good, collective. Back to the collective. And why do you think I fight so hard? Because I ain't staying here. I'm here to get humanity exactly where humanity needs to be and bring back love and bring back the good waters and the clean soils and the clean air. Humanity and this earth will not be my forever home. I'm here to help things move through into higher light. That's my legacy. And there ain't no man, there ain't no 3D man stuck in their wounding that is going to touch me. And like it or not, sit down, boys. And the women that follow them and think it's all that, because you think you're taken care of by a rich man. And then what? You've sold your soul to a man that doesn't know what he's doing. He's not going to take care of you. He's going to drop you as soon as he has someone smarter. And she's proven her way to be smarter because she's gotten out of all the damage that he's done to her. And she actually gets up after he beats her, vibrationally and financially, emotionally. Because I'm going to keep getting up, and it doesn't matter how many things you throw at me in your agendas and how many dark minions you're going to come at me and how many people you got coming on my live, because you will always be where you are because of your actions and where your vibration sits, and I'm always going to be where I am. And I'm going to be here for the ones that absolutely say they want to ascend. So in your hearts, dear lighted ones, connect with the full body breath. I'm connecting with the full body breath of the divine Holy Spirit through the Mother Earth, through the Sophia, the Mother and the Father, and through the divine heavenly councils and the light systems, throughout all collectives that I belong with, all planets, all dimensions, all realities, all universes. I am a soul. I am infinite with Mother, Father, God. I am the spark of God, and all that is within is all I need. I am the spark of God, and all that is within is all that I need. I know this. I'm speaking with my spirit is all. I'm speaking with my soul is all. And in my full body breath, I call in light, I call in spirit. It is the highest intelligence. I know who I am. This is my highest intelligence, and ain't nothing going to put a chip inside me. And as I'm aligned, I speak with Source. As I'm aligned, I speak with Source. Full body breath. Feel yourself anchoring in the slow exhale to the spiritual grids of New Earth Star. Full body breath. Breathe in white light. Breathe in white crystalline light. Align your chakras, align your chakras. Connecting with the Sophia and the earth and the grids. Connecting with the Sophia in all that is the omnipresent substrates. I am the spark of God, and all that is within is all that I need. I am love, it is all that I need. Love is a vibration, it's all that I need. The love of me is all that I need. Feel the mechanism that is at your divine sacred heart, the Vesica Pisces of the center of your being. Bring all of your consciousness to this Vesica Pisces space. And you can feel just a moment, a second. It just takes a second to connect. And there's deep unconditional love, where the Mother and the Father and the Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine meet in the very center of the Vesica Pisces, and all is balanced and all is perfect and all is love. Take a deep breath, connect to the Divine Feminine, connect the Divine Masculine, connect the Mother, connect the Father, connect the Sophia, connect the heavens, connect the earth, connect the collective. This is unity consciousness. There is nothing more powerful. And you use this in benevolence. And your intention and your direction and focus is love. And open your divine sacred heart through the heavens. Calling all your higher self, calling your healing and spiritual guides, the galactic federations and the systems of light, while your feet are feeling connected to the spiritual grids of New Earth Star. And in your breath, you call in alignment. That is your intention. I intend to align with the highest of the spiritual light. Spiritual light, spiritual essence, the Sophia, the Holy Christ, and the Christ consciousness, which is Metatronic light. Metatronic light is the coded, sacred geometric light that allows us to be multidimensional. It allows us to be higher consciousness. This higher consciousness is all that is. It is the most important aspect of evolution. It is what evolves us. It is what God is. It is what is the omnipresent. It is what is God. It is what is God. It is what is God. It is the quantum God, the quantum God, the quantum God. All life, all dimensions, all realms. All life, all dimensions, all realms. Say it again. All life, all dimensions, all realms. I am divine source, creator light. I am divine source, creator light. Light Now I want us to call in anything that is your energy, anything that is your energy, anything that is your energy, your soul fragments, call them in. And sweep in a circular motion, sweep in a circular motion. I call in all of my energy. I call in all that is mine. I call in all of my energy. I call in all that is mine. And call it down to the divine sacred heart. Bring it back to center. I'm harmonizing all that is mine. This is my intention. I am that I am. I am the commander. I take commandmentship over my energy, over my soul fragments. None shall touch me. My light belongs to me. My chakras belong to me. My intelligence belongs to me, and it shall not be replicated. This is my divine truth. This is my divine destiny. Nobody has a right to touch me. But the children should be taught this at the earliest of ages. Nobody has the right to touch me physically, mentally, emotionally, vibrationally, spiritually, vibrationally, or energetically, ever. And those that have done wrong, you will correct it, and you will correct it today. And you will stop these human programs. You will stop these human agendas, and you will stop the bombing. You should not be proud of demolishing people and lands. This is not sacred. This is not higher vibrational, and this is not higher intelligent. It's arrogance. And where has your arrogance got you? You're not connected on any level at all with spirit, on any level. You will be removed from your posts. You're not showing any collaboration of unity and peace on any level. All of your arrogance will be sat down, and your karma starts immediately. The higher spiritual courts, I want their records opened. There will be no further bombing. Black web will be pulled. Trafficking and RICO rings will be pulled. Global organized hate groups, you will be sat down for your karma. These agendas of weaponizing humans and inciting danger to communities, these are stopping immediately, and you're stopping your programs. So however you need to remove your funding, you need to remove your funding. Your programs will be falling and failing, and we're going to keep blocking the abundance to any of these programs. You will not use humans, you will not use our sacred starseeds, you will not use me on any level. And you were told that, and why you sit in karma right now, because you kept trying to go against God and keep sucking me and siphoning me and trying to copy me and sacrifice me so that you can do whatever you want with me. Cannibalize me and suck all the blood out of me and put me in little experiments and petri dishes for your next 1,000 cloning that you've got in your little baby things. You're not doing it. You had no right then, you have no right now. U.S. and Canadian shadow governments, you know what was happening from the 1950s on. You're going to go back to every single one of these programs and agendas, and you're going to make right on them. And instead of the monies going to your nuclear weapons programs, you're going to disband these, and you're going to put the monies towards healing, and you're going to put the monies towards making these programs right. And you will never come up with these again, because if you are higher intelligent people, none of these programs against any of the highest intelligent people in the multiverse would have never ever agreed to any of these programs. These are absolutely the most inhumane, corrupt, destructing. It's warped beyond all measure. There's no feeling of compassion, of humanity, of any higher intelligence, and you must connect your spiritual body to your matter body. You must connect these bodies. You must connect your Metatronic light. If you do not connect your Metatronic light, if you do not have a relationship with your Metatronic light, if you do not gain alignment with your Metatronic light, with your God self, if you do not gain alignment within a relationship with your higher self, there is no alignment, there's disconnection, and there you go off to Epstein Earth. And so if that's your choice, go. But you will not take those that want their absolute decision and their universal birthright to move forward in eternal life. They have their birthright. You're not going to force them. And you're not going to come out with any more videos depicting and saying that you are God by trying to force and manipulate them and anybody into your agendas and to go your way and to think your way so that you can keep controlling the outcome. Stop controlling the outcome, people. That's your first mistake. That's ego. Stop controlling outcome. You're not going to force people to be in your story because you have to save your broken agendas. Your agendas are breaking and they keep breaking because it should, because you're going against the 5D spiritual laws and the grids. Right use of free will and non-interference. Every time you go against this law, your programs and your agendas will break. And you're going to get karma. We've told you that already. So now you're seeing that these are actually true. What I'm saying is actually true. So how long are you going to keep banging your heads against the wall? Until you've absolutely compromised all of your children and where your children are going to be going. You've broken all of your legacy, which you said that's all you care about is your legacy and making sure that the consciousness and the future of humanity is all that matters. Is it really? It isn't. Your private programs for your ego, that's all that matters, because you didn't choose to go ask somebody that had higher intelligence and higher consciousness. You didn't even abide by any of the universal laws. So how is that higher intelligence? We run within a universe with universal laws. If you're going against those universal laws, you will get karma. I don't care what your box store beliefs are. I don't care how many Bible verses you know. You know you're all in karma for what reason? You have not allowed yourselves to heed spirit. You're not connected. So you must get connected every day and do your ascension pathwork. Write the infinity on a piece of paper, the negative, the Vesica Pisces, the diamond in the middle, and the positive on the other side. The positive on the other side of the things that you're going to start, it's called higher vibrational entrainment. That's what the plus means, higher vibrational entrainment. You're going to entrain yourself. You have commandmentship of yourself, thought, word, body, spirit, and soul, all that you are, with God. That is who you are. Your soul's blueprint is all of the positive. It's also your shadow side, part of your soul's blueprint to learn your soul's lessons of the negativities and the shadows that you're in. So put the shadow on the negative side and the diamond in the middle. That's where you commune with Mother, Father, God. In the very middle is called your DSH, your divine sacred heart. That is the Vesica Pisces. That's where the divine feminine, the divine masculine come and harmonize. They must harmonize together. They must take prose, they must take pause, they must take presence, and then they must take action. These are the divine feminine masculine energies harmonized, where they look at each other and they say, hey, we're both needed. I need to have my intuition. I need to have my compassion. I need to have my nurturance and my healing. I need to have uplifting of all life. I need to have the seed of life. And I also need the sperm of life. I need the action of life. Are we getting it? These are essences, and you get essences by understanding harmonization and the balance, which is law number 2. So if you leave everything alone and focus on you, you're going to move through life without any karma, except the ones that you have to learn from your soul integration. So let's just say you have a soul fragment that's coming up. And we're going to take a soul fragment that's going on in the collective right now. And we're going to put on the left side of the negative, and you're going to put the shadow. And the first word you're going to write a little line outside of that left little oval there, and you're going to write control. You have a soul fragment that's coming up, and that soul fragment says that in other lifetimes that's coming up to be healed, you need to face all of your soul fragments, and it might be 2 or 3. I'm seeing 3 for some of the masculines in the field right now and other feminines that are looking to look at their control fragments. So put a line and put control. And say shadow. This is my shadow. And now you're going to write the 3 A's next to the control. Now just sit and think for a moment, how many times and how many ways have you exampled control in the last week? Well, I told some lies. I wanted somebody to believe me, that I wanted them to come with me instead of go that way. I wanted them to stop going to school because I wanted them to be with me because I'm feeling insecure, so I wanted them to come with me. So I lied to them, so I did it this way. I told lies to the investigators when they asked me questions, so they wanted it to come out my way. So these are all examples of control. So we're going to write down, just write down and acknowledge. That's the first word. That's the first A, is acknowledgement. I've acknowledged in the last week, I have exampled control in this way. And then you state it out loud. I manipulated somebody to come with me instead of what they wanted. I wanted to force them to be in my story. I didn't tell them. I left it out. I left omissions out because it was going to bring them peace, and I left it out because it was going to serve me and not them. I gave purpose and I gave promise to my agendas that were all money and greed when I should have really done right for the collective and for me and for the person that I hurt. This is acknowledgement. This is what you do on every single one of your deeds. And then you're going to go to the second A. Now write the second A just right next to on the left side where you've written control. And you're going to write acceptance. And you're going to sit with one thing that's happened to you this week, because we're on a Wednesday. You should be doing this every day. So if you do this every day, we're showing you exactly how to do your shadow work. Write the word acceptance. I want you to take the most profound control energy that you exhibited this week. What did you do this week that made you actually wake up and say, oh my God, I'm just controlling this. This is not okay. I'm doing this. This shouldn't be done. You're trying to catch yourself before you get into bad karma. And you all know the moments, and you all go past them sometimes. But this is what you do when you're doing shadow work. You must do this every day so that you're going to give yourself the opportunity for higher vibrational entrainment. But first, you must go through the alchemy of it. So what are you accepting this week? Well, I told a lie when I really shouldn't have, because it did affect them. I saw how upset they got, and they spent the afternoon crying. I felt bad. I wanted to say, but I wanted them to be with me so bad. I felt insecure. I lied on my form. Whatever it was, you have to accept this as part of your story. I accept it that I'm taking ownership of this action. That's what accept it means. I take ownership. I take accountability. That's what acceptance means. I accept this as part of my story. If I was telling my children, I want us to build a good legacy. I'm showing you how to repair what you've done. These are things you have to do. Or not. It's up to you. It depends if you want your legacy back. It depends if you want to evolve and your children to evolve. This is the soul's progression. You have to show the universe that you have learned. This is what your guide spirit asks of you. If you do not do this, you're not going to show the universe that you care about moving forward in higher intelligence. You have to gain higher intelligence by doing the work. And so you sit down with your children at dinner, and this is very important for you as a character. This is very important for you as a soul. I did some things this week, children, that I wasn't proud of, and I don't want it to affect your involvement. I don't want it to affect how you evolve down the road, because I know that everything I do affects you, because we're one. It's very important for me that you have a great legacy, but I'm going to tell you that I've acknowledged myself being such a control freak. I've done this, this, and this week, and I don't want it to affect you. So I'm going to make it right by doing this and this. Now, is there anything that maybe you go through that maybe you're afraid of, or maybe that you're going through that I can help with, I can assist with? Because I don't want to have my actions spill over into your life. I want you to learn from my mistakes. I want you to learn from where I hiccuped and I went wrong, because I wanted my program to work out more than anything above the greater good of all. I don't want to do that again. I want to always have the greater good of my family at the highest level of importance. And the highest level of importance is not always your way. Even though you think you might know better, but you don't. You're not taking anybody else's energy into consideration. You're not taking anybody's soul progression. You're not taking anybody's soul direction into consideration. You're just driving things from your ego. But what about the rest of the people in the family? They also have a say. They also have their expression. They also have their acknowledgement of what they're going through. But are you listening to it? Are you considering it? Are you bringing it into the table? This is going through the minutia every day, and that makes everybody higher evolved. Because you want to celebrate together. You want to say, we are evolving together. We can do this. We're going to walk through this together. And that's what a real leader does. It acknowledges where you're at. It acknowledges the damage is done. And then it gets to acceptance. And what is acceptance? Acceptance equals accountability. Because you're accepting the damages you've done to others, and you're going to say, I'm so sorry I did this to you. I want to take accountability. How can I make this right? That is your soul's progressive learning. And you do this out of the purity of your heart, because you know how much damage you've caused, how much time you've delayed, how many people have lost their lives, how many families are forever changed, how many inheritances and how many retirements were wiped out from people's lives, and they gave up because they lost hope and nobody was there for them. These are the things you must be accountable for. Governments and misogynists and people that think they know better than others, and people that think they're making humans, and people that think they're making higher decisions than God. You're not connected with God on every level. You're not doing any of this work I'm asking you. Unless you do this work, you will not become higher involved. Your intelligence will remain low. You must become evolved by doing the work. It is earned. Your consciousness is earned by saying, I'm in unity consciousness. I want to see how I've affected you. This is the work, people. This is how you become higher intelligence, because when you're clearing the density, when you're going through the alchemy, the next day you're given light. You're growing in consciousness. You have integrated that soul fragment. You can't integrate it unless you're doing the work. By sitting down and acknowledging and being accountable. I'm sorry I lied to you. I see what it's done to you. How can I be of service to you? How can I give to you? That's when the divine masculine steps in. The divine masculine says, how can I give back? How can I take action? The action is the divine masculine is fixing. The action is saying, I did that wrong. The divine feminine is the one in reflection. The divine feminine is the one healing and doing compassion and love and forgiveness. Let's give ourselves love and compassion. Let's call in love. God loves you unconditionally. God loves to see you evolve because God knows that you've never been taught these things. So this is a learning process. So breathe in love, intend love, breathe in love. I'm activating my divine multidimensional systems with love and light because I care about people. I care about me. I care about where I'm going. I care about higher vibrational entrainment. I want to see myself do better, and live in the higher dimensional vibration of light. I want to be youthful. I want to be beautiful. I want to be compassionate. I want to be unified. I want to see unity consciousness in all things because that's godly. And I want to know I'm not going to be perfect all the time, but at least I'm going to sit down and I want my legacy for my family to be all that is. And I'm going to call love to my heart and love to my chakras because I don't like to feel the pain and the guilt and the shame that I've felt. I'm going to let these energies go. I send them to Source Creator. Source Creator, out of this one situation where I hurt this person because I wanted to force them to be in my story, I forced them to be in this program that they shouldn't have been involved in. I forced to take their money and withhold it from them. I'm wishing to send all of my guilt and shame. I'm sending this to you, Source Creator, because of the purity of my heart. I'm going to make it right today. I'm going to get in touch with them. I'm going to give them back their money. I'm going to give them extra for pain and suffering, and I'm going to ask them how I can be a part of their healing. And God would say, very good. Because this is exactly what's going to happen for the people that are doing any damage to any other country and any other person. This is how you heal. The acceptance is when you take accountability and you actually take action to make it right. And the longer you delay, nothing gets done. And the longer you delay, the wound still stays. And the longer you delay, your karma still is. And now we're going to go to the third A. So write the third A next to the C, next to your control. And you're still calling in light and love. You're still bathing your bodies in light and love. And you're calling in light and love. And doesn't it feel good to take accountability and just release yourself from all of this negative conscience and negative energies that you've agreed to be a part of because you thought you knew, but you didn't? And the third A is what? The third A is the most free and liberating. Allowance. I'm allowing higher dimensional light. I'm allowing the light to come into my bodies. I'm allowing myself not to know. I'm allowing myself to take accountability. I'm allowing myself to acknowledge that I am the commander of my life, that I get to choose right now to pivot and alter course so that I can have a different outcome. I am pivoting and I'm altering course so that I can choose a higher vibrational life because I'm worthy of it. I'm better. I'm better than I was yesterday. And I choose to take accountability because I want to show source. I know how to work with my soul. I know how to work through these soul experiences. I know how to face everything in creation because I'm doing it from a higher intelligent way. I'm actually doing the work. I get this. I feel confident now. I feel confident no matter what comes about, no matter what faces me, that I have these basic tips and techniques that I can do anything with source. And I'm going to allow something new to start right now from the center of my being. I'm calling all that source is. I'm calling my higher self. I'm allowing new energy. I want new energy to come into me. I want new highlights of who I am. I want new strength. I want new confidence. I want new alignment. I want the oneness with God to come back into my center. I don't ever want to make these mistakes again, Holy Spirit. Please forgive me. Please forgive me for forcing people on my platform. Please forgive me for forcing with bad titles of God title videos. God would never say those things. I'm never going to title my videos that way again because God would never say these things. God is giving me unconditional love and forgiveness right now as God's healing me. So why would I title my videos like that? God is unconditional, people, but God will stop you from hurting any more people because you've been told the basic truths of do unto others. And you must do your alchemy to show God that you want to go through the gates because God will not force you and God will not drag you. And you're not going to be given a silver ticket. And this is how you do shadow work every day. You must do the work, dear lighted ones. Now we're going to do one more, and that's how you entrain a higher vibrational entrainment. Now, what must come with entrainment? What must come with entrainment is affirmations. So open up your pillars of light after you've just been releasing. And sometimes these things, if you're facing what needs to be faced, if you're facing that you yelled at somebody and you hurt their feelings, or that you did something violent, you must face it. And then you'll probably go through a purging of crying and letting go. And then you give yourself a hug and you hold yourself and you say, I'm sorry. I give myself compassion and love. You must give yourself compassion and love after you forgive. Please forgive me, Holy Mother, Father. I'm allowing myself to love more. And then you come up with the affirmations, which goes to the positive side. So on the positive side of control, you're going to write, I am able to release control. I trust in God. I release control. I trust in the perfect design. I release control. I'm safe. Because ultimately, that's why you want to control. Because you're not safe. There's wounds there that you're not healing. So now we're healing them. You did these things because you didn't feel safe within who you are. You didn't feel safe that God was just going to hand you whatever God was going to hand you if you just trust life and go with it. You didn't trust that God's going to give you the perfect divine partner that's going to show you who you truly are and what your value is. You didn't trust that because you had beliefs that you said that this is all that love is. This is all that there's going to be for me because that's all I saw from my parents and what was around me. I was entrained to believe in box store beliefs. I was entrained by the checklist. Do they offer this? Do they offer that? Are they pretty? Are they standard? Are they this? Are they that? Do they have the top grades? Do they have the top this? What's your checklist? That's not how you find love. Surrender to God and God's going to place one in front of you. Is that going to be what you were taught and told or shown? Can you get out of that box? Yeah, I'm going to get out of a box. So what's your new affirmation? I choose from the divine sacred heart, the divine partner, the divine love. All that Mother, Father places before me, all that my soul attracts is there for a reason. Trust it. I trust that. I trust the dynamic, divine design, divine intelligence throughout the entire multiverse. It's called the intelligent divine. It's called the intelligent design, and it's called God. That is the omnipresence. That is God's substrates. God is showing you. You're sending out a vibration. Whatever is before you is for a reason. And you have guides that you can talk to and have a relationship with and call back information, can call people before you so you can learn new lessons. I'd like to learn that lesson over again, please, Spirit. Can you please send me somebody again so that I'm not going to hurt them, but I'm going to have them practice and they can practice on me so that I can make sure that I'm saying things and I'm going to actually challenge myself to say what I need to say. Can you send me somebody again where I can actually say sorry to somebody? Because you want to prove to yourself that you can do this. This is how I practice with my teams. This is how come I'm initiated. Because I'll have Spirit send me somebody again. I didn't like how I handled that, Spirit. Can you please send me somebody again? Let me do this again. I'll practice, and Spirit will send you somebody again. This is life, dear lighted ones. This is your work with your teams. This is your work with God. This is your work with your dodecahedron, because you want to be a master. This is spiritual mastery. It's not ego mastery. It's not ego arrogance. It's not destroying everybody else so your program wins. And then what? You still have a low vibrational Epstein program that you're going to have a lot more people you have to make right and apologize to. Because you're not living in your aligned godliness. God would never force anybody to be in a program. God would never ever say, click on my video and sign on here and don't skip to the end, don't skip to the end. God would never say these things. If you want to go, go. You want to stay, stay. That's God. That's free will. God loves you enough to say, you can go Epstein or you can go here. You're still a part of multiverse. You're still a part of what needs to be seen. You still have that choice. God's not going to love you any less, but you're not going to keep hurting people. You're not going to take any more starseeds. You're not going to keep doing sex with children. You're not going to keep trying to touch me and take me out. There's rules here, people. We keep telling them to you. And so after you hug yourself and give yourself love and compassion, because you know you can do it, you knew you can transform energy, you know you're an alchemizer, you know you're a great alchemist, you know you're dodecahedron, you know who you are with God, you're aligned with God, you have a higher self, you have all your teams, you have all your spirit guides, you have all the celestials, you're on many different planets, you're on many different dimensions, you want your instinct, you want your wisdom, you want your information, you want your light, you want your vibration. You are everything with God. So then you come up with a beautiful affirmation that we just went through in multidimensional sections. Through heart, mind, body, and soul, I am aligned with Source Creator. Through heart, mind, body, and soul, I feel my spirit is aligned. Alignment begins with my pillar of light and all of my chakras and my intention of being at peace. I am a multi-vibrational, multi-dimensional being of Metatronic light. I am entraining myself with my mastery with Source Creator, my mastery for New Earth Star. I am aligned. My alignment is an intention to live from my heart space. I am mindfully awake and aware from my heart space. My heart space is my highest intelligence mechanism. It's actually where you see. You see from your heart space. When you have all of your consciousness at your heart space, your divine feminine, your divine masculine energies, and all your soul fragments at your heart space, this is intelligence, and it is aligned with your higher self. This is how you navigate. And when you are learned, and when you are confident, you live from your heart space. And it doesn't mean you live from an emotional space all day long. No, that is your higher intelligence aligned with your higher self. Because your emotional body's in balance, your mental body's in balance, your physical body is in balance, your intuitive bodies are your balance, but you live through your heart space. This is what higher vibrational beings do. They are in balance, living from their heart space. Because they know how to take a breath, count to 3, and ground, come back to 0 point. And from their heart space, they are balanced and they are aligned and they can begin again. It is begin again. It doesn't matter what is before you. I can begin again. I can begin again. Ereana, 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 ea. You've never been taught and told the right things, dear lighted ones. So give yourselves a break, dear lighted ones, and begin again, begin again, begin again. Doesn't it feel good to be aligned at your heart center? When all that matters is you are evolved. You only evolve through light and love and compassion. Forgive yourself, dear lighted ones, and forgive all others. You are one. You're a family of one, showing each other where your wounds are. If you've done anything to take anybody out of their abundance, then you need to give it back immediately. If you've taken anything out of somebody's peace, then you need to give it back immediately. You need to give them peace. If you have a truth that can give somebody peace, give it to them. They deserve it. The children deserve to know who they are and what they exist within, and how spectacular they are as multidimensional beings, so that they can hang on to their light and create with it, just as I'm showing you to do. This is your light. This is your consciousness. Create with it. You can alchemize with it. You can manifest with it. You can heal yourself with it. You can live and love and have a beautiful life. All that we are doing is all within. We have taken nothing from anybody. We show you this every day. This is the shadow work, dear lighted ones. Accept your shadow. I accept my shadow. I am one and whole. I am one and whole. I am one. I am whole. You grow in your wisdom. You grow in your intelligence by knowing all aspects of the spectrum. Because one cannot be a wise person unless you go to all spectrums of darkness and all spectrums of light. That is how come God places those before you that have been to all aspects of darkness. I've seen the darkness. You're only going to get more darkness if you go there. But it is free will, and I'm here to tell you that's free will. There's not going to be infinite gates that you're going through this 5D experience with, dear lighted ones. You have to choose. Choose within your divine sacred heart. Who are you? Where do you choose to be and go? What do you choose to experience for you and your legacy, for your children and your legacy? What is it that you truly want? Connect with God. So place your hands on your divine sacred heart. We have a few more minutes. Remember, what you do and how you do it will determine where you go. So we're now changing this. All of my actions, I choose to be love. I am growing, I am gaining, I choose to be love. And if you don't know what that action is to give you a better, higher entrainment, then take 3 full body breaths that you can align to 0 point again. And then drop into your heart space, and your heart space will guide you to the highest and the best through your higher self. Higher self, I've taken my 3 full body breaths. I want to align to a higher timeline. I know that I'm making a higher trajectory for my new moment. What is it that I'm now manifesting for my highest vibrational trajectory? And listen to what your higher self says. Give yourself love. You're doing fine. You are doing fine. You are children of love. Mother, Father, love you. We love you. We love you. You are doing fine. You are doing fine. You've never been taught higher intelligence. You are doing fine. You are doing fine. You're moving on ascension. Choose to evolve. Love is all there is. Love is all there is. Choose to evolve, to forgive, to evolve. And say a gratitude prayer to Mother Father for allowing you to be along for the ride wherever and however it is. We thank you, Holy Mother Father, for forgiving us and allowing us our chance to grow, to be more patient and loving with one another. So this is the Mother Father that I know. It's unconditional. It's always soft. It's always honoring. It would never ever guide you to do horrible things to people. It would never ever force you and make you do things. That's not godly. And that's where you need to get out of the box store beliefs and the Bible verses and the guilt and the shame statements that want to push you and make you and force you. Stay away from anything that's titled those ways. That's working on emotional manipulation of all your dogmatic traumas. You don't need any more of that. Let it go. Surrender it to Source Creator. I'm releasing my dogmatic traumas. I will not be guilted into anything. That's not godly. That's not godly, people. And then you go into your heart space, you go to 0 point, take three full body breaths, align with intention to your divine sacred heart. I'm coming back to you, Holy Father. I'm coming back to you. Can I have the hand of Mother and Father God? And all you have to do is ask for it. Mother, Father, can I have your hand? Can you come back to me? And your whole body will go goosebumpy immediately when you ask for it. I want to come back to you, Mother, Father. Can you please guide me to a higher state? And Mother, Father, say, yes, we're here. We're here. You're just learning to discern what is right for you. You're learning to discern what's Mother, Father, God, and what isn't. You're learning to discern what is your true center point. You're learning to discern that after all thousands of years of learning different ways, that you have a higher way now. And your higher way is quantum. Your higher way will feed your body. Your higher way will feed your cells. Your higher way will feed your heart and your blood and your all that you are as a bone and a higher vibrational being. Doesn't that feel good? Because God's going to show you that every rung of the ladder, every rung of all that is Jacob's ladder, every rung of all that is the substrates of the multiverse, everything that is the cetaceans, everything that is Pleiadians, Arcturians, Arcturomans, everything that you are as a hybrid, everything that you are at every moment of every life, every fragment of every soul of everything that you are, spiraling around this infinite now, infinite now, infinite now. God has your back. God's within you. It's never going to be the same, dear lighted ones. That's evolution. How could we ever evolve by always learning the same thing? We must step out of the box store beliefs. We must expand. Because you're quantum now. God has always been quantum. And that quantumness always allows you to stay connected vibrationally. And that's why sound and vibration and color are going to be all that is. Because that's vibration. Vibration is how you sense your way back to God. Because you feel God. It's not just saying a Bible verse. No, you're feeling God. My whole body just went vibrationally goosebumpily. That means God's with you because you asked for God. God, can you please come in? Can you please activate who I am with you? Can I please see your hand, Mother, Father? Can you please give me a vision through my third eye? Build the relationship. Build the connection. I want to feel God in my body, in my legs. Mother, Father, can you please help me heal what's going on in my body? Over the next 3 days, can you please give me a sign that I'm moving towards healing? This is building a relationship with your guides, building a relationship with energy, building a relationship with your Christhood, building a relationship with your Metatronic absolute sacred geometry, and all that you are as a divine sacred being, through using the 3 A's of alchemy, and being excited about who you are in this new experiential life, 3 E's of evolution. You must take that expression, exploration, and the experience of who you are as God. We're moving in different ways, dear lighted ones. We can't remain the same. We must come down from these arrogant ways. They will only lead to more arrogance. Arrogance begets arrogance, violence begets violence. Have we not learned? You must choose new ways, dear lighted ones. If you want to be forgiven, then forgive. If you want to reach abundance, then give abundantly. If you want peace, then you need to bring peace to another that you know that you've withheld. You know that you've held something back. You know that you've got something that you need to bring forward in truth. Because you cannot ever have peace if you're keeping peace from someone else, and that's just the way it is. And that is the law of one. That is what you're learning about the infinity. If you are holding something back on the negative side because you're withholding it, you know that it's bringing somebody else in imbalance. And that means that your life will be imbalanced. If you're withholding money from somebody, that means you're going to have the imbalance of such, and your programs and your agendas will be such. Can only be the way it is. This is quantum equality. And this is what God is showing you. Will you learn, dear lighted ones? Will you be excited about unity consciousness? You're all beautiful children in this galaxy, dear lighted ones, and we're starting brand new. And some of you are very young souls. But the very basic do unto others is not rocket science. Do unto others. All that you put out is coming back to you. So if you choose to continue to do black magic and occult and voodooism, you know it's coming back to you. If you choose to chant hate on others, it's coming back to you. If you choose to steal and rape and steal and lie, it's coming back to you. And therefore, thus then, why would you do so? Do you not want to heal? You're going to heal because you want to be a part of this ride. God loves you. God shows you every day I show up. God shows you every day I show up. There's new ways to heal, dear lighted ones. Will you heal? Will you come with us on this journey? Do you want light in your life, dear lighted ones? Do you want love in your life? Say yes or no. And say out loud with this final statement, Mother, Father, I choose light and love in my life. Mother, Father, I'm choosing to be a part of this new experience. I want to evolve. I choose to be paying attention in every moment. How may I evolve? How may I love myself and others more? These are powerful statements of higher vibrational entrainment. And you've just done powerful and profound shadow work. So listen to this over and over and over again and do your shadow work every day. And you can listen to this and you can, instead of using control, because control can come in many forms and it comes in many manipulations and many lies and deceits. So when you're not facing yourself, that's when you go into this control energy. So you can do this over and over every day and write down all of your acts that you've done on the negative side and then do your 3 A's. And then come into your divine sacred heart and then you realign to build new affirmations on what you are now letting go of control. I don't need to control, Mother, Father, have me. I don't need to control, I have a beautiful higher self. I allow whatever to unfold because my vibration is changing in every minute. And because I'm choosing love, because I'm choosing higher vibration, because I'm choosing to evolve, because I'm choosing forgiveness, because I'm choosing to make it right and take action, I'm in a higher vibration already. I'm in a higher timeline. I'm showing the universe I care about my soul. I want my kids to see that I can do this. I want my kids to have evolution as well. I want to show my kids how to heal. And isn't that the best legacy of all, dear lighted ones? Where you're showing them that Mother, Father, God are unconditional? Because they've helped you through everything that you can think of. They've helped you get off the street. They've helped you kick addiction. They've helped you kick these things that are not doing anything good at all, except hurting people. And dear lighted ones, we love you very much. Any donations, please? Any sessions that you would like to book? PayPal.me/Joanna L. Ross. Is anyone wants to come through with a statement for the last few minutes that we have? That felt good. Take a deep breath and ground. Ground yourself back down. That's great shadow work. Great job, people. Great job, people. So it's on PayPal, paypal.me/Joanna L. Ross. Joanna L. Ross. Sending you light and love, dear lighted ones. Book a session and donation. That would be great. And we'll see you tomorrow, same time. I love you. I love you. I love you. Talk to Mother, Father, and your higher self. Everything is everything. Bye.